You've been with him for 12 years and he didn't ask you to marry him? 12 years? 12 years. Let's go to the courthouse. We is too old and too grown. It's been so many years. And I'm still, my boyfriend of 12 years. What? Just say that he don't want to be with you. The least you can do is say, you don't want to be with me. I did not have to chew like that in the beginning of this video. You've been together for so long. Why not marry that person? Y'all already really married for real. You might as well go down and take the nigga last name. Duh.
So this influencer got a lot of pushback for stating the obvious to her followers, who I believe are predominantly Black women. She did decide to respond to the haters. I'm gonna let her break it down and then I will get into it.
Okay. Y'all had a courthouse wedding. Humble yourself. Marriage is not all the hype y'all make it out to be. Ain't smiled in 5 years but married. Baby, they said you ain't smiled in 5 years, right? Okay. So, first of all, you must not be married, number one. Because nobody, and this is my thing. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all are literally proving my point in the comments. Y'all are mad because I said, why are you with a dude or a female for so many years and say you don't want to marry them or don't want to get married, woo, whatever. Y'all, and then I see people in the comments like, they don't have to marry. What if I don't want to marry him? Then what are y'all doing? Wasting time? You might as well be single. Like, I don't get it. It's not making sense to me. Like, y'all want to sit there and make it seem like y'all really don't want to get married. Deep down inside, everyone desires to be loved by someone, to be with someone forever. Even if, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole point. My whole point is, y'all already with each other. Sorry, my eyes is whatever. Y'all already with each other. Why not go down to the courthouse and get married? And for the one that you complained about me and my husband going down to the courthouse to get married, you're sick. I'm not spending thousands and thousands of dollars to go get married when I could just go down to the courthouse and have the same sentimental, same type of ceremony. Like, it doesn't matter. Does that really matter? Like, you thought you ate that up with you went to the courthouse, and I know so many marriages that went to the courthouse that lasted and still is lasting. What are you saying? Like, yeah, me and my husband 2 years in, and I'm gonna brag about it every chance I get, because guess what? I can. And there's so many people out here that's young and divorced. Like, one thing about it is a lot of people take being married for granted. Like, y'all keep saying marriage is not forever. Why would you go into a marriage saying it's not forever? Then that means there's no point in you getting married in the first place. Your mindset is already terrible. You already have the mindset of, oh, we're not going to be together forever. So why the heck are you getting married? Like, some of y'all are slow. And y'all just be mad as heck because I'm right about it. Like, it's literally the miserable ones in the comments. Like, oh, everyone don't have to get married. I'm not saying you have to get married. I specifically in my caption said, I am referring to the ones that actually want to get married. I'm not talking about the ones who don't. That conversation wasn't even for you. I wasn't even talking to the ones who don't want to get married. So I don't even know why y'all commented. I'm talking about the ones who actually do want to get married in a situation where their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, have not popped the question up. And I know you sitting around wondering like, dang, when am I going to get married? Deep down inside, you know it's the truth. Y'all just don't want to hear it. But anyway, back to you, Bookie. You didn't eat that comment. I'm never ashamed. Rambo, exactly. I'm never ashamed when I sit and talk and brag about my courthouse wedding, baby. I don't care about it. That does not bother me. God is still good. And you're still mad. Bye.
So I've talked about this many times before, where unfortunately the bitter broad brigade likes to come against the women who are happily married or seeking to be in relationships. And it's not because they truthfully believe that marriage is trash and marriage is horrible. I think it's actually because they are insecure about their relationship failures, or they fear that they'll never be able to get married. So instead of addressing that fear or addressing that insecurity, they would much rather pull the crab in the buckets barrel syndrome and try to pull other women down or successfully getting in relationships or happily married. So this is what happened in the case of this popular influencer. She is a TikToker that has over 2 million followers, very successful. Just talks about random stuff. I actually followed her because of her crazy, ridiculous nails. Like, I saw her putting together a sandwich with her nails and I was so intrigued. So she does a little bit of everything, but she made a lot of people mad when she decided to state the obvious, which is that there are women out there who, truthfully, I just don't think they're set up for success when it comes to relationship, when it comes to marriage in general. So they be stuck up in these relationships for 10, 15, sometimes 20 years, knowing they want to get married, but the dude hasn't proposed. And it's because the dude likely does not see her as wife material. What is that old saying? Why buy the cow if you get the milk for free? So if you're already doing all the wifely duties and there's been no expectation up the front that dude needs to marry you, you go on for years and years and years, then you just drag it on. And I think, unfortunately, because there's women who aren't set up for success, they aren't taught early on, what does it mean to be married? How do you set yourself up to be marriageable? What are the things that you look at, and how do you be strategic? A lot of women aren't taught that because marriage is not a value in the Black community. And so they get stuck up in these relationships for years and years and years and years, don't get married, and they get frustrated. But instead of addressing that or dealing with the fact that the dude that they're with maybe isn't marriage material or doesn't want to marry them, they'd rather just try to convince themselves that it's not a big deal. And of course, I'm not saying this is it for everybody. You know, there are people out there who legitimately, for whatever reason, just don't want marriage. They don't want anything to do with it. So that does not apply to that demographic. But to those out there who do really, really, really want to get married, and they know it in their heart, they find themselves in the situations, and instead of addressing that, they get bitter, they get mad, they get upset, and then they have to go around trying to spite other people who are married because it makes them jealous. And that's what I think happened in this particular case of this influencer. So she said what a lot of us know to be true. It made some women upset, but hopefully those women who were upset, they don't take it too personal, but really listen to her advice. Maybe it came off a little offensive, but at the end of the day, it's real. Like, if you were in a relationship with a dude for years and he really wanted to be married and he hasn't popped the question, then there's likely something going on, because it don't take that long for dudes to really know if you are the one or not. So if he's dragging his feet, then there's a reason behind it. Either he just does not think you're the one, or he just never wants to marry. But whatever it may be, you probably should address that, especially if you want to get married, and then put yourself in a position where you can. But don't be lying to yourself and acting like you don't want to be married when you really do, because if you're not honest with yourself, then you're going to start get bitter, and you're going to get mad, and you're going to get jealous of those who get what you want. And it's going to be all because you don't go for it, or because you don't address that desire inside of yourself. But anyways, that's what I got. What do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.